So it'll be Bearcats basketball to start things off here with Castillo here in the front court. Gives it over to Baccarella here on the near side. Baruch in their home white, light blue numbers, dark blue trim. Kings College in their road reds, white numbers, white trim. As the ball swung around the perimeter here to Castillo on the near side. Gives over to Leung's far side. Her three, she knocks it down, and the Bearcats have a strong start to the game. So it'll be Castillo up top. Ball swung around the perimeter. Kayleigh Castillo over to Brenna Castillo here on the near side, looking for options. Lewis trying to get position over to Castillo. Three ball there by Brenna, no good. Rebound, here on the near side from Leung. Castillo, runner no good in the lane, and Castillo comes away with the rebound. And that'll be the first whistle of the night on the floor here. Three there, no good deep from downtown. It was Lewis straight on. And it'll be Leung who comes away with it into the hands of Castillo, now into the front court. Crossover move, looking for options, has Baccarella far side. Baseline jumper, and she rattles it home. A nice steal there by Baccarella. She takes it away, and she's fouled. It's going to go to the Bearcats. So it'll be Bearcats ball inbound on the far side. Leung over to Castillo, looking for options. Castillo, full court pass to Mitchell. That's going to be a Leung three here on the near side. Shot no good. Rebounded underneath by number Katie Lewis now has it up top, covered by Baccarella. Ball moves to the near side to Gianna Dixon. Dixon pulls back, looking for an option. Hines underneath in the post. Good defense there by the Bearcats, denying the entry. Goes out to Castillo. She'll drive into the lane. Shot short, no good. And it'll be Castillo to push the other way. And Castillo knocks down a crossover jumper from the elbow, and it's 7-0 Bearcats. Castillo all over Lewis now here in the front court. And it's going to be a timeout for Kings College. So with 7:28, we'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena.
Well, the defense, David, of Baruch again has made its mark early on here. They really have the Monarchs in a kind of on their heels until that shot.
And Castillo knocks down a shot from the top of the key. That's Kayleigh Castillo, 5'7" senior forward, knocking it down. So has some range for a forward.
The Monarchs, offensively have no answer for Castillo at the moment. But to your point about defense, right now, Baruch has got the Monarchs thinking about their shot, which is what good defense does. So you don't react. You think. That's not good, David.
And Castillo at the line, shooting her first free throws of the night, as the foul there was on number 11, Brenna Castillo. Castillo off on the first.
Yeah, I like the body language that the Lady Bearcats have come out with tonight. Everybody in sync with each other so far.
And good on the second. So Lewis will bring it up. Baccarella picks her up full court. Castillo now trapping her. Baruch had some success here just moments ago, forcing the Monarchs into a timeout. Ball swung around the perimeter. Near side three from Kathy Shepard, no good. And it'll be Leung on the rebound, and she'll quickly push into the front court for the Bearcats.
Well, she's looking for Castillo, but we need a third option. Is it going to be Baccarella tonight?
Castillo, crossover move. Hits the deck, looking for an option. They're going to say it was a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Monarchs.
Yeah, we need to get the ball to Elissa at the top and let her run the show.
Good play there by McCray. They're going to say out of bounds, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
David, the Lady Bearcats are winning the matchup defensively right here in the first half. That's the first thing.
So it'll be Castillo now. Over to Leung with 23 on the shot clock. Baruch up 8-2 here in the early going. Oh, she throws it right away over to Shepard. And she's quickly trapped in the backcourt here with Leung and Castillo, Baccarella and Castillo. Gets it into the front court over to number 22, Dixon. Ball swung around the perimeter. That's going to be Shepard straight on. Her shot short. Grazes front iron, and Castillo comes away with the rebound for Baruch. Behind the back dribble, crossover move now, working on Castillo on the top of the key. Has Leung. Leung dribbles across, bounce pass over to Baccarella. Calling out the offense here, wants some movement on the offensive end. Castillo takes the pick from Baccarella, straight on three. Off right rim, no good. Baccarella goes in for the rebound. She's quickly surrounded. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Bearcats. Nice hustle play there by Baccarella.
Boy, David, Baccarella's really come out here early on with, the eye of the tiger.
2 points and 2 rebounds here in the early going.
But she's such a do-it-all player that you can't keep track of all, that she does for this team.
Finds Castillo on the inbound, trying to find an open shot. Gives it out to Leung, back to Castillo now on the elbow. She's covered there by Dixon. Bounce pass into Mitchell underneath.
I think that Castillo and Leung have to move it out to let the post players, set up. Right now it's a little too much traffic, so we can't get a post game going with McCray and Mitchell, David.
So Leung has it up top, calling out the offense. Just checking the game is Rowan Murray for the Monarchs. Leung trying to get it inside. Nope, took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Monarchs.
Yeah, Mitchell and McCray have to get on the block and give a good target to Leung.
Either that or they have to branch out if they're going to try to work someone else in the post.
Yeah, there's too much traffic.
So good pick up there by Castillo, full length of the court. Castillo has it now up top. Drives on Leung, pull up jumper from the free throw line. She knocks it down.
Well, Elissa, for some reason, retreated.
So Castillo goes right into the lane. High arcing shot, no good, a bit wild there. I think she was expecting more contact than there was.
Yeah, the Lady Bearcats, letting the Monarchs back in this with some poor offensive decisions.
Lewis shot, no good. Rebounded there by Murray, and she's able to collect her own rebound after the miss and lay it in.
Yeah, Lady Bearcats gave the Monarchs a chance to kind of get back in this thing.
So it'll be Castillo now here on the near side. Shepard on her. Gives it up top to Mitchell. Ball swung around to McCray on the far side. Dribbles one dribble over to Baccarella now. Leung here on the far side wing, calling for the pick. It's McCray. Takes the pick. Bounce, trying to find McCray. Bounce pass inside. I think McCray was expecting it over the top. And it's going to be the Monarchs who come away with it the other way. Lewis on the far side wing, setting up the offense. Inside now to Shepard. Back out to Lewis. And the Monarchs will reset. Crossover move now. Lewis into the lane. Gives it back outside to Castillo. Castillo straight on three. Off right rim. No good. And it'll be Mitchell who comes away with the rebound.
Castillo had a wide open look, uncontested. Luckily it didn't drop.
Now Castillo into the lane. They're going to say it was a foul outside. And I think Castillo's first step is going to be a problem tonight for Kings College.
Yeah, David, early on here, there's a lot of congestion. And Baruch, it's hard for them to make moves because they're going to eventually run into each other. So there's got to be a little more movement and a little more choreography, so to speak.
So now Leung has it on the far side. Gives it up top to Castillo. Ooh, almost turned it over there. Trying to bounce pass inside. Almost turned it over again, but Castillo gets it back inside. Step through move. Nice move with the left hand and able to finish.
Your step by Castillo. Frees herself.
Nice play there. Almost tipped away by the Bearcats. Now it's to Shepard here on the near side. She thinks about the shot. It's Lopez who closes her out. Now to Lewis. Lewis gives it off far side. That's number 24. Kayla Castillo who knocks it down from the baseline. Baruch lead by 2, 10-8.
Costello's got a nice jump shot. Good form.
Ooh, nice find there by Castillo underneath to McCray. McCray's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Brianna Lopez is in the game for the Lady Bearcats. She's a very good addition to this team. 6-man, can handle the ball, can penetrate. Let's see if she can contribute offensively.
And McCray off on the first. McCray so far this season only a 63% free throw shooter from the line. And can't hit the second. Baccarello trying to get in there to get the offensive board, but it'll be Kings College who comes away with it.
Yeah, they have to Lady Bearcats have to locate Costello.
Now Lewis into the lane. Working on Castillo, turns, trying to find an option. Has Dixon up top. Dixon now into the lane. They're going to say the foul there is on Baccarello. That's going to be her first, team second.
Yeah, Baccarello and the Lady Bearcats just have to move their feet and their hands, and they'll be okay. Keep the offensive player in front of them. No need to get in fouls because of kind of a low depth on the bench for Coach K.
So it'll be Orth who just checked into the game. Working on Baccarello. Trying to find a backdoor option. Does. And that's going to be Dixon who kicks it back outside.
Clock is running down. Baruch has got to stay in their stances.
Lewis trying to find the pass inside. Ooh, gets it in there, but Murray can't finish with the right hand, and it just happened to just fall into her lap for the open layup. Couldn't finish. And now Castillo the other way. Looks like she had some contact. No call. Castillo gets her own rebound. Right back up with it. Short jumper's good, and Baruch lead by 4.
Well, Castillo's playing with a lot of energy, and I don't think the Monarchs have an answer for her.
She's got 7 on 3 of 7 shooting so far. And just like that, they answer on the other end, do the Monarchs with Kaylee Castillo. And we've seen her twice now really find some space on the baseline there, Joe, and knock down a shot.
Baruch has got to pay special attention to her, David. She's got really good form. Great play. Castillo finds a cutting Lopez. See, that's what happens when you move the way Lopez did.
Orth and Baccarello fighting for it. And it's going to be to the hands of Katie Lewis. And they're going to say it's a 10-second backcourt. Nice hustle defense. We've seen Baccarello and Castillo a few times, Joe, really kind of tag team the backcourt offense and force a turnover from the Monarchs.
I mean, in football, Baccarello would be at free safety or that quarterback that's just roaming.
So 1:40 remaining here in the quarter. Baruch have a 4-point lead.
So Lopez has already contributed offensively since coming into the lineup for the Lady Bearcats.
Castillo takes the pick from McCray. Ball's loose. Worth almost comes away with it, but Castillo's able to rip it back. Gives it off to Lopez here on the near side. Back up top to Castillo. And a little bit of a sloppy play there. Baruch are going to slow it down. Baccarello outside to Lopez on the far side wing. Now Baccarello on the baseline. Looking for options. Gives it off to Castillo. Castillo's going to have to shoot. She's going to pull a 3 and knocks it down. And great shot there by Castillo, but Baruch, great defense, by the Monarchs, forcing Baruch into a tough shot.
I think without Elissa in the game, that Mia's going to have to play the top, David, and just have people kind of moving in and out of the lane.
And Orth throws that one away. So it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Under a minute remaining here in the first. Baruch lead by 7.
Hey, shots are falling for the Bearcats, giving them this 7-point lead in spite of.
Castillo going to pull another 3. That's around and out. No good. Rebounded there by Dixon for for the Monarchs. She's getting hounded there by Baccarella and Lopez. Now it's on the near side to Wallace. Her first shot of the game off front rim, no good. Lopez is going to push. Coach Catroza's pushing the offense, trying to find a cutting Baccarella, and it's turned over. Orth comes away with it for the Monarchs. Orth quickly double teamed here in the backcourt. Now it's over to Wallace.
Lopez should have held on to the ball.
Ball swung around the perimeter. Dixon has a three straight on, and she knocks it down.
Well, that was uncontested, and that brings the Monarchs back in down by 4.
Now it's Baccarella, far side jumper, no good. If the Monarchs could hurry up, they might have a chance for a final shot. It's going to be Wallace. She's going to have to put it up from half court.
That was a travel.
Nope, yep. You called it before the refs did there, Joe, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats with 1.2 seconds remaining.
Well, Baruch has come out, guns a-blazing here.
Baruch are going to have to act quickly here to get a shot off before the end of the first quarter here.
Well, they got a screen for Castillo.
And high arcing shot is no good. So after one, Bearcats 17, Monarchs 13. Joe, some struggles here on the offensive end. We've seen a lot of tip balls, a lot of loose balls, but the defense, especially that full court trap, full court press, has really been working for the Bearcats.
This has been a new look by Coach K this year, and it's going to amount to more wins this year, no doubt, than last year. Great move by the coaching staff of the lady, because it's something that they can take advantage of Baccarella. And it's not asking them to do anything that they can't do. So it's a great move coaching. Now the thing is, Baccarella scored in that first quarter, David, which is something that is great. Anything offensively is just a plus from her. But I love the intensity and the energy that the Lady Bearcats now. They have to keep this up and try and extend this lead. We're at home. And that's got to be your priority, home court advantage.
Yeah, especially when you see right now Baccarella, Castillo, and McCray all played the first 10 minutes of the ball game. So at some point they're going to need a rest, and it's in those moments, who's going to step up for the Bearcats. So yet to be seen. Bearcats lead by 4 coming into the start of the second quarter.
I like Brianna Lopez a lot. I think she has a game which we haven't seen yet. Because she looks like she's kind of just playing in the, in the context of a team. But I think offensively she might have some things that would take the crowd and make them stand. Let's see what happens.
So right now, Brewer coming out with Castillo, Baccarella, Lopez, McCray, and Leung, sorry. Ooh, nice move there by Orth. Got Baccarella on her heels a little bit, but it's going to be the Bearcats who come away with it.
Well, the defensive pressure is taking time off the clock for the Monarchs to set things up. And they look like they're just not comfortable in that type of offense.
And that ball's going to go off the Bearcats last, so it'll go back to the Monarchs. Nope, they're actually going to switch it back. They're going to say it went off the Monarchs last, and it'll be Baruch ball on the far inbound on the far side with 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
So Elissa up top. Now, if Baruch can continue to move in the paint, well, there was just a turnover, giving it right back.
Nice defense there as 2 seconds. Oh, yep, throwing it over the head of Wallace on the far side. And again, Baccarella and this time Leung really forcing that turnover as the Monarchs really are struggling to get the ball into the front court.
Leung and Baccarella, just a great 1-2 punch. And can cause a ton of turnovers.
So Leung looking for an opportunity to get inside to McCray. That's cut off there by Hines, and now it's into the hands of Castillo. Castillo goes right past Wallace into the lane. Shot no good. McCray gets the offensive board. Leung on the near side. Her jumper rattles home. They're going to say that was a 2, so it'll be 19-13 with a little over a minute gone here in the second quarter.
So it's Castillo and Leung offensively for the Bearcats.
Now Wallace into the front court. Finds Castillo, who's able to lay it in. That's where the Bearcats have excelled in the press, when you break down that press, it can lead to man advantages.
I think that they really have to locate Castillo and stop her higher up. I mean, she just got to the basket easy. Stop her dribble.
So Mitchell into the game now for Lopez.
Costello's early success has been she's had a lot of maneuvering room for herself. In the old days, she would play a box and one. I don't know how much box and one is still being played now, but
it'll be Lewis now. Baccarella picks her up. Oh, gets a hand in there. Mitchell on the deck, and that's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And again, Baccarella with the feisty hands, quick hands in the offensive end.
How great at strategy Coach K has her up as the up man, and she's delivering.
So Madison Lewis checking into the game for the Bearcats as Angela Baccarella will come to the bench for a well-earned rest. So it'll be Leung now looking for options. Castillo runs through, now over to Lewis. Lewis far side to Mitchell, ball swung around the perimeter. Leung three, shot no good, ball's loose. They're going to say it went off of Lewis last underneath the basket, and it'll go back to the Monarchs.
I like the fact that Elissa Leung is looking for her shot, because I think that it's going to build confidence and make her an even more impact player when her shots is falling.
Shooting 40% from tonight, 5 points already here in the first half for Leung. As Lewis now has it up top, Leung all over her, goes to the right wing, now crossover move by Castillo into the lane. Ball bounce pass off the leg of Wallace, comes right into the hands of Mia Castillo. She's going to push quickly into the front court, gives it off to Lewis. She's going to pull an open three here on the right wing. Shot no good, and it's going to stay right there with the Bearcats underneath. And it's going to be a timeout for Coach Petrozos with 7:38 remaining here in the first half. Baruch lead 19-15.
Well, what we're seeing so far in this first half, David, is Baruch winning the matchup in all areas, except for Castillo of Monarchs, that they kind of need to locate her and, take her out of freedom that she's had.
The Castillo sisters have 10 of the first 15 points for the Monarchs here tonight.
Yeah, I like what Baruch is doing. I think defensively that they're on their A game, and offensively just can have more movement so there's no clutter and people can have lanes to do stuff. And Castillo ultimately can do things, but she can if there's a lot of traffic in her way.
Castillo gets the inbound underneath. Nice step through move again. Can't finish. Gets her own rebound. Right back up again. Around and out. No good. Ball batted around into the hands of Castillo for the Monarchs. Trying to bounce it off Leung. It does very successfully. And it'll be Monarchs ball. And that's one way to get yourself out of a trap.
David, points in the paint. Castillo's had a lot of opportunities and close. Just hasn't fallen for her.
Lewis trying to get it into the front court. Up top here to Orth. Orth's going to quickly pull a three. A wild shot there.
Well, that was way too early in the shot clock, which benefits the Lady Bearcats. Now, again, they need to be patient offensively. And they'll get their basket because they'll get their shot if they're patient.
So Leung now to Lewis here up top, looking for options. Has Castillo on the far side. Puts it on the deck, drives left side, shot short again. Castillo on the deck trying to fight for her own rebound. Now got to Leung. Leung wide open from the elbow, shot no good. And it'll be number 43, Varner, who just checked into the game on the rebound.
Immediately the Lady Bearcats are in their stances. As long as they keep their feet and their hands moving, look for deflections.
Ooh, that pass is almost deflected there. That pass also, now Orth has it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Katie Lewis dribbles into the lane, kicks it back outside for Hines. Shot off back iron, no good. And they're going to say over the back on Castillo, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. Either way, Mia Castillo boxing out perfectly there to get that board.
The way the Bearcats have played, it's only 19-15. Look, it feels like they're up by way more. So the Monarchs are still in this one, David.
Yeah, Bearcats looking to get into a bit of a groove offensively here. As Leung has it up top on the center symbol. Lewis on her, looking for options. Bounce pass to the far side to Lewis. Shot no good. Shot no good there, off from 3.
I don't think the Lady Bearcats offensively should try and venture in close. Let them take advantage of the perimeter. There's a lot of size for the Monarchs in the game now.
Agreed, but you have to, I think right now Baruch's looking to try to get into a rhythm. They've got into a rhythm defensively, and they've just struggled here from the offensive end as Lewis left open for 3. Shot no good. Ball batted out. Back into the hands of Katie Lewis. She gives it inside to Varner. Takes too many steps, and it'll go back to the Bearcats. But, Joe, I think Baruch really needs to start getting into a groove. Maybe run some set plays, because it really feels a bit on the offensive end. It's just Castillo.
Yeah, all they need to do is just keep running in the from block to block, set screens, and then just reverse. Right now, again, if you notice, David, it's a lot of traffic. But Elissa, with a little side dribble, got herself free and earns herself a trip to the no. I thought she was going to go to the line. No.
Only second team foul here on the Monarchs, so it'll be Lewis to inbound on right in front of the Monarchs bench. Leung has it, crossover move into the lane. Looks for a shot. Her shot was blocked here by Shepard. Ball swung around the perimeter. Dixon shot, I think it got partially blocked, and it'll be the Bearcats who come away with it. Castillo right into the lane, looking for options. Hand off to McCray. They're going to say it was a foul underneath, and it's going to be 2 shots for DeAndre McCray.
Yeah, Castillo does a great job of finding her post players, whether it's McCray or Mitchell.
Correction, actually, that's Fontaine, Sierra Fontaine, into the game for the first time.
Baruch Lady Bearcats have trouble with post players like Varner for the Monarchs. Hopefully not tonight.
And off on the second. Baruch hustling for it, and it's Mitchell who comes away with it on the far side, trying to get it to Castillo. It finds it to the hands of Fontaine. Her layup no good. Ball batted around. Mitchell tried to knock it out, but right into the waiting hands of number 24, Kaylee Costello for the Monarchs, as Katie Lewis now has it up top. Goes into the lane, looks for her shot. Instead dishes it back out to Shepard. Castillo all over her, bats it away, but right into the waiting hands of Lewis for Kings College. 10 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Lewis calling out the offense, takes the pick right from Varner. Lewis inside to Varner, shot was blocked. Nope, they're going to say there was some contact, and that's going to send Varner to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, bailed her out because that shot clock was running down.
Varner 6 of 8 from the line so far here in the early portion of the season.
They have to deny the ball getting into Varner, first of all.
Off back iron on the first. Baruch lead by 5, a little bit over the midway point of the second quarter. And rattles home the second. Now Leung quickly into the front court for the Bearcats. Dixon on her, bounce pass far side. Now up top to Castillo. Castillo going into the lane. Shot no good, and it's going to be, I think Castillo was looking for a foul there on Lewis.
Yeah, there was some contact, but no call as Castillo, kind of maneuvered her way to the basket.
Crossover move from Dixon, underhand layup, no good. Ball batted around between Varner and Fontaine underneath. Correction, that's Mitchell. Varner now trying to go to work on Mitchell. She takes too many steps as Mitchell hit the deck, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Mitchell did all she needed to do. She just needed to defend, and Varner didn't spin, just traveled. So victory Baruch defensively on that one.
So Leung trying to force it inside of Castillo. Castillo does get it though. Castillo up and under, and it rattles around and in.
Okay, a made point in the paint.
Baruch have had their opportunities there, just struggling to get it to drop as that one goes down for Castillo. Now Shepard into the front court, Mitchell all over her. Shepard into the lane, ball swung around the perimeter. It's going to be Dixon, three, no good with the southpaw shot, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Defensively, when a single turns into a double team, that's lethal for Baruch this season.
So McCray now into the game as Mitchell will come to the bench.
Coach K would love this lead to get up to 10. Go into the locker room with a 10-point lead and really applaud a great first half by the Lady Bearcats defensively.
McCray sets the pick left. Leung working on, nice crossover move there. She was working on Murray, and the three there on the far side is number 14, Madison Lewis, and she's on the score sheet tonight.
Well, that was a good-looking three from the corner by Lewis.
And Dixon free throw line jumper, no good. Murray trying to track it down. Instead, it's Lewis for the Bearcats, gives it to Castillo, up ahead to Leung. Looking for options, gets it knocked out of her hand. Now it's going to be back up top. Castillo has Dixon on her. Castillo step back jumper from the free throw line around that and out, no good. And it'll be Shepard who comes away with it for the Monarchs. Lewis double team there. Murray puts the ball on the deck, still loose on the deck, and it's going to be Fontaine who comes away with it.
Once again, quick hands going to do a lot for you.
Nice 1-2. McCray back to Castillo, and just like that.
Great defense led to offense, David.
Coach Hadjimahalis wants to talk things over for the Monarchs here, and a nice little run here for the Bearcats as they now lead by 11, coming in on the 2-minute point here in the second quarter.
Yeah, all made by great defense. That's been the tale of this first half. Defense will lead to offense. And Castillo finally makes one in the paint.
And that's the thing, Joe. I feel like the Bearcats have had their looks in the paint tonight. They just have really struggled to get it to fall.
But, you know, again, that's an easy adjustment. I think the overall body of work, Coach K has a lot of positives. And that's, you know, again, winning the matchups.
I mean, right to that point, right? Baruch have 8 more shot attempts than the Monarchs. However, they only have 3 additional made field goals.
The Monarchs have been limited offensively, David. It's kind of like one shot, and then Baruch has been there for the rebound.
1 for 11 from downtown, shooting 30% are the Monarchs tonight. And once again, Baruch going to set up in the full court press as Lewis trying to get past Castillo here in the backcourt. Lewis gets it into the front court, and Leung all over her. Now Dixon has it up top. Castillo steps out on her. Castillo almost knocked it away. Now Dixon into the lane. Nice find there, but trying to find Murray. Murray could not finish though, and Leung comes away with it. Up ahead to McCray. McCray going into some contact, no call, and it's going to be Costello who comes away with it for the Monarchs. He throws it right into the hands of Castillo. Castillo right into the lane, shot no good. And the refs have really led the play on both ends here.
This is racehorse basketball.
Now Lewis into the lane. Kicks it out near side. One dribble for Dixon. Nice job there to step past Lewis, and Dixon able to find the bottom of the basket.
Well, after all that intensity, a wide open Monarch basket. After all the great defense.
So Castillo has it on the far side wing. Fontaine on the pick. Now gives it over to Leung. She'll take the pick as well from Fontaine. Trying to go past Shepard with the left hand. Does, and one for Leung. What a play there. A scoop layup with the left hand off the glass. Through the contact, and she'll go to the line for an old school 3-point play.
I think that was a great example of what crafty means.
That was the type of play you needed for the Bearcats on the offensive end. Not just for the points, but it was a big-time energy play and a great move there by Leung.
And how about the
foul.
finish, David, with the left hand? I mean, that's like a 1-2 punch, and, you know, it just looks good. Leung has really come to play tonight on both ends.
And she knocks down the free throw as Murray has it now on the front court with 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. Murray inside, scoop layup herself, and she's able to knock it down.
Well, Coach K really wanted a shutout in the last minute here.
Ooh, McCray, jump ball there. And it's going to go back to the Monarchs, and they can hold for final shot.
I don't know why the Bearcats were in a hurry there, David, with 27 seconds left. No reason to hurry. You're up double digits.
Now Castillo has it. Goes past Castillo into the front court. Over to Dixon. Castillo picks her up. Dixon curls back. Looking for options. 15 seconds left here in the half.
Yeah, if Leung comes and they double, that might get a turnover.
North pops out. Nope, it's going to be Castillo right into the lane. Off back iron. No good. Offensive foul. Good charge take there by McCray. And with 4.9 remaining, it's going to be Baruch's basketball. They'll have to go the length of the court.
This entire Baruch team has really contributed, including the bench in this first half.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Castillo's going to have to pull. Deep three. Shot off left iron. No good. And that will do it for the first half. After half a ball game here at the Arc Arena. Baruch 30, Kings College 20.
Great first half by the Lady Bearcats. Contributions from the bench. Coach K's got a lot of good things to talk about. I think he's going to say that, you know, they should probably be up by some more. It seems like they should. It's only 10, David. But a lot of good things happened in that first half.
Absolutely. And we're going to step aside for about 10 minutes. We'll be back in 10 to break down the first half and preview the second half. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So welcome back to the Arc Arena. We are about 3 to 4 minutes away from the start of the second half. If you're just joining us, the Bearcats lead Kings College 30-20, Joe, and it's really been two stories for the Bearcats, right? They've struggled offensively, even though they've been able to find their shots, but their defensive prowess, especially in the full court trap or press, has been remarkable.
Yeah, David, had the Lady Bearcats been able to finish in the paint, we may be looking at a 20-point lead versus a 10. But let's not look at any negatives because the overall body of work was just filled with positives. This defensive pressure by Coach K, led by Baccarella and Castillo, full court pressure, really set the tone for the first half and kept the Monarchs on the heels.
So it was Mia Castillo, the leading scorer in the first half. Has a lot of points, also has taken a lot of shots, Joe. How do you account for that, especially when it looks like she's been able to get inside that lane? She's just been struggling to find the bottom of the net.
I think for whatever she's hesitating instead of finishing strong. And when again, I don't know why. Maybe she's just assuming she's going to get fouled. But I think she's just got to go strong. And that's just for everybody, finish strong.
And to that point, Joe, I mean, to segue right into it, it sounds like, it looked like the refs have really been letting them play here in the first half.
They have, but again, Baruch looks like they're playing physical, but they're really not, David. They're just moving their hands and their feet, and it looks like they're expending a lot of energy. But, that's great defense, and they're getting deflections. But I love when a single defense leads to a double team. I love that. It'll be Castillo, and then Leung will come and double team, and that's just tremendous for Baruch. And I think going forward, it's going to cause a lot of people trouble because one turns into two.
So, Joe, you talked about it earlier in the game. Who's going to be that third player tonight for the Bearcats? Who have you seen and what have you liked?
So, of course, Lewis came off the bench, and she knocked down that corner three. Of course, Baccarella, not off the bench, but I like what Lewis did. One of my favorites, as I think I told you, coming out party is Brianna Lopez. I'm really waiting for her to really contribute in a big way. She's shown little spurts of ability.
So for the Bearcats to close this one out and start off our doubleheader right here tonight at the Arc Arena, does it just come down to doing more of what they did in the first and maybe fine-tuning that offense a little bit?
Well, I think Coach K would like to see them turn this 10-point lead, David, into 20, and then just, practice their good habits. Because, again, David, right now, all of this is rehearsing for CUNY play after the holidays. So you want to get into good habits and really find out a lot more about your team. Every game you find out. So tonight we know about Lewis, possible three off the bench. We know about Baccarella. Every game Coach K finds out more about his team as we rehearse for CUNYAC play.
So both teams break the huddle. We're moments away from second half action here at the Arc Arena between the Kings College Monarchs and your Baruch College Bearcats. It's going to be Castillo, McCray, Mitchell, Baccarella, and Leung for the Bearcats, and it'll be Lewis, Dixon, Costello, Murray, and Shepard. Excuse me, that's going to be Costello and Shepard.
Let's see how much Coach K wants to have Castillo go one-on-one. He seemed to want that in the first half.
So now it'll be Leung on the top of the key. Into the lane, her shot, push shot, no good. And they're going to say the rebound there, by Hines. So it's Hines, Lewis.
Boy, Leung really looking offensively to get it done tonight.
Costello, and Dixon round out the five here in the second half for the Monarchs. Now Castillo straight on three from the near side, no good. And it'll be Lewis who comes away with the rebound for the Monarchs. He's going to quickly push. Baccarella quickly picking her up full court, and it'll be Costello on the far side, back to Lewis up top.
Now, so the Bearcats, again, just have to keep their feet, hands moving, stay in front of their players.
Now Dixon into the lane, kicks it outside. Corner three there by Castillo, off front iron, no good. It's going to be Mitchell who grabs the rebound, knocked out of her hands, but it's going to go off the Monarchs last.
Baruch has had great position, David, defensive rebounding-wise in this whole game. Always sealing their man and have a position to get the rebound.
So Leung now has it up top. Lewis on her, gives it outside to McCray on the far side, working on Hines. Into the lane, McCray hits the deck, looking for an option. Ball knocked away, and it's going to say they went last off the Bearcats, so it's going to be Monarchs ball. Bit of a sloppy start here in the second half for both teams.
Yeah, McCray doesn't have to do all of that. She just needs to post up and just look to get the ball from Leung.
And that's going to be a travel on Castillo, so it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
I think the Lady Bearcats have to take a deep breath and not do more than they need to do here. Keep it simple.
Back row looking for an option on the inbounds. Gives it off to Castillo at the free throw line. One dribble into some contact and able to lay it in over Dixon.
Well, first great pass by Leung and a great catch by Castillo.
Now Castillo up top. Crossover move into the lane. Her shot, I think, was blocked there by Castillo. It was Mitchell and Castillo there, and it's going to stay with the Monarchs underneath. Good defense there by the Bearcats.
Yeah, again, Castillo with her hands active.
So Lewis has it up top. Leung out on her. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Crossover move by Lewis, looking for an option, gives it back to Castillo. Castillo into the lane, up against McCray. Shot just short off right rim.
Great defense by McCray.
And it'll be Castillo who comes the other way with it right into the lane. Floater, and she knocks that one down. And a quick 4 points for Castillo to start off the second half as Castillo has to turn around. Lewis now into the front court for Kings College.
So the Bearcats just have to stay in front. Great play by Mitchell.
Nice steal there as Mitchell going to go trying to go coast to coast here. Oh, what a find there to Baccarella, who's able to easily lay it in. He caught me off guard there, Joe. I thought Mitchell was going to go right up with it.
Well,
and a nice layoff to Baccarella.
Great play all the way around for Mitchell. And Baccarella, good to see her in the scorer's column.
And nice trap there by Castillo, forces the turnover on Lewis, who took too many steps. So it'll go back to the Bearcats.
David, Baruch, Lady Bearcats are playing such high-level defense, and they're not fouling, which is great.
Ooh, Castillo just took her eye off it just for a split second, and it's going to go back to Kings College.
Yeah, that was an unforced turnover by the Lady Bearcats. They need to keep their eye on the clock. Don't be in a rush.
And Castillo and Leung trapping on the far side. That's Dixon in the trap. And ball thrown wildly. Ooh, Lewis able to pull it off the back of Baccarella. Now it's inside to Castillo, who lays it in with the left hand.
That looked like David Tyree catching the ball with his helmet, David, in the Giants Super Bowl.
So Castillo able to bring it into the front court. No one on her. She's able to get right into the lane. Crossover move on Dixon. Gives it off to Baccarella. Shot short, no good. Ball batted around. McCray. Nope, it's going to be Hines who comes away with it for Kings College, and it'll be quickly up into the front court. That's Dixon on the far side, up to Hines, over to Castillo here on the near side. Crossover move on Leung, and able to knock it down is number 11, Brenna Castillo.
Well, I don't know what the Monarchs would do without the Castillos.
They had a strong first half, and Brennan gets off the schneid here in the second. Castillo step back two. That's deep off front iron, no good, and it's going to be rebounded there by Dixon for Kings College. Dixon looking for options. Finds Castillo on the far side. She travels as she comes across the lane, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats, and it's going to be a full timeout for Coach Petrozos as he wants to talk things over. Coach Petrozos in his 6th season here as also a Baruch alumni, so he plays every year in our Baruch alumni game.
Yes, he does. He's just done a great job here. And David, he is 1 or 2 post players away from being a very, very, very good team.
Yeah, still a young team, Joe. I know we kind of talk about that every year, it seems like. With that said, it's really just now sophomores and juniors, as you have Baccarella Jr., Leung a junior, Castillo a junior. No seniors still on this club.
Young team, getting experience by the game, by the minute. Look at Baccarella tonight. She's come out. She's a different player, David, than we've seen her offensively and defensively, so that's great. But again, this is a 1 game at a time kind of. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. But like I said, I've talked to Coach K. He's 1 or 2 post players from being not only champion in CUNY, but possibly, making some noise in the NCAA. So a great job by him, and the program's in great hands with him and the staff.
So it'll be Leung now here on the near side. Gives it off to Castillo. Castillo crossover move into the lane. Off glass, no good. That's rebounded there by number 3.
Those are those points in the paint that have really added up for the Bearcats tonight.
McRae on the offensive glass. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Monarchs. So Shepard checking into the game, as is Murray for the Monarchs. It'll be Castillo and Jaleesa Hines coming to the bench. Shepard pump fakes on, puts it on the deck. Nice move there. Can't finish with the right hand. Murray on the rebound. Her shot wild off right rim. Shepard fouled on the offensive board attempt, so it's going to stay right there for Kings College.
Well, the Monarchs have some post size now, and Baruch has to identify those players, keep them out from camping underneath the basket, which they're trying to do. Move them out.
So Lewis has it now up top for the Monarchs. Takes the pick right from Murray. Leung goes underneath. Lewis into the lane, now up top. It's Castillo, no good, around and out. Murray able to fight for the rebound away from Castillo. Still no good. Dixon gets another offensive board, though, so the Monarchs will have another opportunity here on the offensive end. Now, nice spin move there by Murray. Shot too short, no good. And, looks like Kings College really getting their shots. Unable to finish in tight to the basket as Baccarella ahead of the pack. Can't finish with the right hand.
Well, right now, the Monarchs trying to assert themselves down low, David. Luckily, they've not been successful scoring.
Shot blocked there. I think it was Castillo on the block. Oh, but Castillo rips it right away from Castillo, and they're going to call it an offensive foul on number 24, Kayleigh Castillo, and it was a heads-up play there by the Bearcats, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Yeah, that was really good defense by Mitchell.
That's only Castillo's first here in the ball game. More than halfway gone here in the third. It'll be Leung to bring it into the front court for the Bearcats. Crossover move goes right past Shepard. Leung gets knocked from behind.
If you notice, Baruch Nation, Leung has come out tonight looking for her shot and really playing offense aggressively.
Leung was able to burst right into the lane there, Joe. Goes right past Shepard, and then Shepard was trying to block it from behind. Just a little too much contact on Leung.
She's great at a 1-2 dribble to free herself anywhere on the court.
And she's quick, too, right? When we're talking about her.
Very crafty player.
Going up against a big like Shepard, you're going to be able to.
Can I make this comparison, Baruch Nation? Little Jalen Brunson, maybe?
As Leung knocks down the second.
That crafty kind of player.
So Wallace now into the front court. Over to Dixon. Bounce pass inside to Murray. Murray spins back. Shot rattles home, and
that was a classic post move.
6 points now from Murray. Crossover from Castillo. Back outside to Leung. Leung step back shot over Wallace. Off back iron. No good. Murray able to come away with the rebound. She wants to push. She's got the size advantage against Leung, and it's going to be an offensive foul right into the chest of Leung. Leung almost got herself underneath Murray as she was getting into the lane.
I'll tell you what, Murray could be a problem. Baruch has to be careful, David. I know she's going to the bench now, but looks good in the open court, and you know, that's a sized player for the Monarchs.
Yeah, I think what it really came down to, she's been able to get position. She just missed a lot of shots tonight.
Let's say the Lady Bearcats have been very lucky that the Monarchs have missed a lot of in-close shots that sometimes fall for opponents of the Lady Bearcats.
So now Leung gives it over to Castillo. Castillo takes the pick from Leung. It's Dixon outside on Castillo. Looking for an option, bounce pass. Ooh, trying to get it from McCray, but the ball got knocked away. Castillo comes away with the steal, and she'll be able to easily lay it in, and Baruch lead 40-26. 3.5 remaining here in the third quarter.
Credit to defense to lead to offense, David.
Lewis now looking for an option. It's going to go off of, they're going to say it went off of Castillo last. Nice hustle play, though, on the near side by McCray.
David, since the opening jump ball, it's been the defense that has really shined tonight for the Lady Bearcats.
And Coach Hodja McCollis hasn't really had an answer for the Bearcats press tonight. So it'll be Leung on the center circle on the Bearcat symbol. Gives it over to Fontaine.
Well, when they've had an answer, they just came away empty, the Monarchs.
And the foul off the ball there is going to be on Castillo. She knocks Leung to the ground, and actually Baruch was getting the ball inside there with some excellent position. I think it was Castillo who caught inside. Working one-on-one in the post, but it'll be Baruch's ball inbound underneath, as it'll be Baccarella looking for options. Ooh, her entry pass tipped. McCray able to handle it. Leung back over to Baccarella looking for options up top to Leung. Leung's going to slow it down. Castillo able to pop out on the near side for a three. Shot no good. Baccarella rebound also no good. Ball's a little strong. Fontaine couldn't locate it, and it's going to be the Kings College, who comes away with it. Now it's quickly Wallace into the front court. It'll be Dixon near side three, and knocks it down.
David, I don't know why Dixon hasn't been more involved in the Monarchs offense.
So Baccarella now on the far side wing. So Castillo now going a little ISO ball here on Castillo. Crossover move. Looking for some help. Fontaine. Deep far side jumper, no good. And it's going to be Kings College who comes away with the rebound. Lewis now up ahead to Castillo. Castillo right into the lane. Looking for options. Has Wallace. Now to Lewis. Varner in the game at the 5.
Well, they got to locate Varner.
And just like that, Kaylee Castillo knocks it down from the near side, and it's a 9-point game. Bit of a 5-0 run for the Monarchs. And Castillo almost turns it over. Leung, high arcing shot, no good. McCray on the rebound, shot no good, gets her own rebound, and able to finish it off the glass.
That's a great play because it stops the momentum by the Monarchs for this moment.
And now Lewis kicks it outside to Dixon here on the near side. Varner trying to set up underneath. Now it's near side. Lewis, shot too strong, no good. It'll be Fontaine who comes away with the rebound, and Castillo will bring it into the front court for Baruch.
Lady Bearcats can take their foot off the gas pedal defensively.
Leading by 11, a little bit more than 1 minute remaining here in the third, 42-31, as Castillo's at the line.
Coach K at this point really is thinking that they should be up 20 and not up 11 based on their defense.
And Castillo, this is the second, but Baccarella able to get the offensive board, and Baruch get a fresh 20. This will take us into under the final minute.
There's no hurry The clock is your ally.
Castillo step back jumper. She knocks it down from the far side elbow. So now Wallace trying to get past Castillo. They're going to call her for the arm, and now they're calling some touch fouls here, Joe. We saw them really, for the first 3 quarters, kind of let them play.
I'm really surprised some of the Monarch players that look like they have some ability have really not been in the mix here. So that bodes well for the Lady Bearcats.
And they're going to be forced into a timeout. Good defense there on the inbounds from Baruch. So with 52 seconds left here in the third, the Monarchs will talk things over. Baruch trying to close out the end of the third quarter strong. They lead by 13, playing swarming defense, and they kind of on a bit of a run here to extend that lead. It was at 14. It got down to 9, and they're back up to 13.
Yeah. This, I can't emphasize enough that tonight their defense, I have not seen them this efficient, David, defensively.
So it's Lewis now up top. Takes the pick from Murray. Murray calling for it back inside. They're going to go inside to Varner. Varner's quick will double team, then she takes too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Boy, Varner could really be a problem, but she's not really been able to do anything. I don't know how many times she's been down low, but they call it travel on her.
I think she's thinking about the move before she's executing.
Yeah, wow. You'd love to have a post coach work with her.
So Castillo now has it. 15 seconds here on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock. McCrae gives the pick for Castillo. Castillo into the lane against Varner. Gets her up in the air. Nice step through move by Castillo. And Baruch have their biggest lead of the night at 15.
Well, this would be great to go on the third quarter with a stop.
So Lewis now into the front court for the Monarchs. Calling out the offense, takes the pick right from Murray. Bounce out to Murray. Murray step back 3. Shot off front rim. No good. And just like that, Baruch go into the fourth. Up 15, 46 to 31. And Joe, it's really now just about understanding the moment of the game and trying to close out a victory here
at
the
home,
Arc Arena.
David, you're at home. Finish. The big word. I don't care what sport it is. You're home, finish, and take care of your business. And right now, the script is just played out so well because defense has just been on another level tonight. Offensively, again, if they would have made some more shots in the paint, we might be looking at a perfect game. But great position for the Lady Bearcats going into the fourth. And again, David, the fourth is an extension to the next game. So Coach K really would love to see them have a great fourth quarter and really short memory. You're into your next game.
Yeah, unfortunately, that'll be 17 days from tonight as we have holiday break, Joe. And they'll be at Nazareth College for the Nazareth Classic. They'll be playing Nazareth College on the 29th, and then really short memory because they play SUNY Poly on the 30th before they start CUNYAC play here against Brooklyn College on January 3rd. And then, you know, they're playing 2 to 3 games a week, Joe, until about mid-February.
These games, you know, so mental. And these athletes, you never know what motivates them and what doesn't. But on a game like today, David, hopefully this is going to have a long-lasting effect on the Lady Bearcats going forward.
So it'll be Leung on the center circle for the Bearcats. And she gives it over to Lewis on the near side. Castillo working on Shepard. Crossover move, now right into the lane. Finds Lewis on the near side. Her shot a bit short, no good. And Shepard comes away with the rebound. I think McCrae almost gave it a bit of a dummy, letting the ball go past her.
I think the pass was intended for McCrae, who was cutting.
Shepard shot no good, just off front iron. They're gonna say it was last off of Baccarella. So it's going to stay with the Monarchs. And Joe, to that last offensive possession for Baruch. Yeah, agreed. It looked like it was kind of in between.
It wound up in the corner.
But it worked out nicely because you had the levels for that play right there. Again, the play itself having options.
Sometimes when things are going your way, David, it goes your way. That could have been an errant pass, but it went to a Baruch player.
So it's Dixon now here on the near side. Baccarella all over her. Dixon, they're going to say it was a foul there, a touch foul there on Baccarella. That's going to be her third.
But you know what? You can't fault Baccarella because she does so many things for you.
And also, I would argue, Joe, when the game, it seems, for as Hines lays that in on the interior, it seems when the game has been refereed a little bit, I would say here differently in the second half versus the first in terms of touch fouls versus non-touch fouls. You almost have a bit of a tempo, right, of the game. For that to then change, it's also you have to adapt as that happens, and it's always not the easiest, especially when there hasn't been consistent calls across the board.
Yeah, touch fouls are they're a problem, David.
And we didn't really see too many touch fouls, Joe, in the first half.
You know, what's the other word they call it? Ticky-tack.
And so Coach Petrozos wants to talk things over as the Monarchs have come out here on a 4-0 run to cut the lead to 11. And I can imagine he's not liking what he's seeing, especially from Baruch's defensive side, which was definitely their best area in the first half.
But I'm telling you, this is a great timeout because he's going to tell them, listen, you got to get ready. And I keep being repetitive with this. The things you do today in this situational basketball will bode well in CUNY and the CUNY playoffs. So even though we're in December, what Coach K's facing with this little run by the Monarchs is a rehearsal that the Bearcats have to counter right now.
And Bearcats looking to extend their record to 6-4. Like we said, we do have some time off, but if you want to see your Bearcats in action, the next opportunity to do that will be January 3rd as the Bearcats bring in the new year with a doubleheader against Brooklyn College. Joe and I mentioned that CUNYAC picks up fast and hard once the new year hits, and it's going to be multiple games a week, home and away, to really get through that CUNYAC schedule as they have 14 conference games.
Brooklyn College, always tough, irregardless of what their current record is. Always a tough game. York is tough, Lehman is tough, Medgar Evers, we can go on and on. So this is rehearsal, David, for what's coming up.
And the Bearcats actually already 1-0 in the conference as they beat Hunter College on December 1st, 71-59. So Leung goes right into the lane, curls back as the defense closes in on her. And now Leung working on Shepard. Step back shot. Nope. Thinks about the shot. Almost faked me out a little bit there. Hand off to Castillo. Castillo bounce pass over to Baccarella. Baccarella looking for options. She'll dribble out. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Baruch looking for a clean look here on the offensive end as Leung crossover move working on Costello. Her shot, wild shot, no good. Ball still loose on the deck, and they're going to say they're going to call it a jump ball.
Hey, David, Leung should have been at the line for 2 on that one.
Again, a little bit of the inconsistencies, Joe, that we were talking about between the way the game has been refereed.
Yeah, I mean, that was actual contact by 2 players, not 1.
So Baruch set up in the full court press. Shepard up to Costello on the Bearcat symbol. She's quickly doubled here, though, by Baccarella and Castillo. Now over to Shepard here on the near side, and Castillo falls off and picks up Shepard.
They got to guard against penetration.
Ooh. Nice find there underneath to Hines. Her shot no good. She gets her own rebound. She's fouled. They're going to say it was on the floor. They're going to say it was in the act.
Well, Baruch needed to take away that entry pass, which caused that whole problem.
And they're going to say it was on Leung, and it's going to send Hines to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, Hines has really good size, but she hasn't really affected anything tonight.
Hines now 4 of 8 from the free throw line on the season as she knocks down the first. And off on the second as Lopez comes away with it for the Bearcats. She's quickly into the front court. Has Leung on the far side, gives it to her. Castillo cuts out. Leung looking for options, gives it over to Lopez. Now inside to Castillo, inside on the block.
The Bearcats should run it down to about 8 and then go.
Castillo looking for options. Has Leung up top. Nope, going to work on Dixon here. 5 seconds to shoot. And let's see what the call is here. The foul there is going to be on number 22, Dixon. So it's going to be side out and kind of bails out the Bearcats. They didn't really have anything going there offensively, and Baruch will have a fresh 20.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that call, David.
As Leung right into the lane, her shot blocked there. I think it was Hines underneath. They're going to say it went off Leung last, so you can see some plays here for the Monarchs. A couple momentum plays slowing down the Bearcats on the offensive end.
But, David, that was an aggressive drive by Leung.
So now Castillo able to get it into the front court. Drop pass to Dixon. Thinks about the shot. Goes past Baccarella. Left-handed shot. No good. Hines on the rebound. Too strong on her shot. Ball still loose. And it'll be Castillo who comes away with it. Hines had a bit of a presence here in the fourth quarter. As Leung now has
luckily
it.
She's not finishing. But Baruch has to do a better job, David, at denying entry passes in the block.
So Leung has it now. Gives it over to Baccarella on the far side. Handoff to Castillo. Castillo takes the pick from Baccarella. Shepard comes out on Castillo. Now the pick from McCray. Castillo doesn't use it. Gives it off to Baccarella. Shot doesn't hit anything, and it's going to be into the hands of Castillo for the Monarchs. She was looking for the shot clock violation, but she already had the ball in her hand, so they let her play. Castillo now here on the near side. Gives it off to Hines. Has the open look, but that's not her range, and she'll give it over to Dixon up top.
Well, Dixon is a shooter. Baruch has to identify that. She can knock the three down.
So Dixon into the lane. Shot no good, and she gets fouled on the way up. So she'll go to the line to shoot two.
Well, Monarchs got lucky because, like Coach K is yelling, there was a 3-second violation that was not called, but the foul was called.
Dixon, a 75% free throw shooter, 6 of 8 on the season, make that 6 of 9.
Well, if she makes this free throw, it's a 9-point lead. And that's very uncomfortable for both the Lady Bearcats and Coach K. They want that lead 10 or above.
And Dixon knocks down the second, so it's a 9-point lead here for the Bearcats. Castillo up to Leung, who's ahead of the pack. Goes right up with it with the right hand and able to finish. And Baruch lead by 11, under 6 minutes remaining here in the ball game.
That's a great way to answer. Fast break point.
And heads up by Leung to leak out in transition as Shepard able to knock down the mid-range jumper over the outstretched hand of Castillo. And Castillo goes right past Castillo. Castillo right into the lane. She's fouled on the way up. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line again to shoot two.
Yeah, there was some contact as Castillo crossed half court, but no call.
And Castillo knocks down the first. Don't forget to tune in at 8 o'clock as the men are going to host Farmingdale State College here at the Arc Arena. It's your second game of your doubleheader. So Dixon has it on the far side.
Bearcats want to take away the 3 ball with an 11-point lead.
Hines now up top, over to Shepard here. Gives it inside to Castillo, and one as Castillo has a step-through move and able to finish through the contact.
David, Castillo was too deep, had great position. That ball needed to be denied, the entry pass.
Mitchell into the game as Lopez will come to the bench. Opportunity for the Monarchs here to cut it to 8. Baruch had it up to 15 here in the third quarter. And shot, free throw, no good, but Brenna Costello able to get the rebound. Back to Kayleigh Costello. Her shot was blocked. And it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Castillo with the block shot. No better time than that.
And her inbound gets knocked away, and even if she got an inbound, Leung was trapped there between two players and two corners of the sideline. So it would have been a dangerous situation anyway.
Yeah, I think that Leung and Beccarella have to crisscross to try and free one another.
Ooh, nice leak out there from Leung. Up ahead now to McCray. McCray, too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Monarchs. Unforced error there from the Bearcats.
Yeah, I don't know what McCray was thinking, David, but Leung has got to be the leader now with 5 minutes left. Ball control by the Bearcats. No hurry.
Now Hines has it in the front court. Gives it inside to Costello. Costello step through move. They're going to say, nope, the foul was on the floor.
Well, once again, Monarchs are getting too deep for great position. Baruch has got to deny that positioning.
And with that said, it's actually Baruch's 5th team foul, so the Monarchs could be shooting free throws from here on in, Joe.
Yeah, it's 9. With the 3-ball, David, you know, things can turn quickly.
Costello knocks down the first.
Now, the Lady Bearcats have to really work clock now with 4:50. The clock is your friend and your ally. No hurry.
And Leung into the front court. She's trapped. Ooh, what a bounce pass there to Castillo. Castillo gets that one to drop.
Elissa took a gamble, but it worked out. She threw the traffic.
So now Costello into Hines.
There's
Hines
that
trying to go to work.
positioning again, yeah.
And they're going to say the foul there's on McCray. Didn't see much, but.
So, David, that's the 3rd possession that the Monarchs have gotten great low post position, and it's worked out for them.
Hines only a 43% free throw shooter on the season. And she knocks down the first. And good on the second. 52-45. 4.5 remaining here as Castillo's trapped.
Well, David, the Baruch team has to take a deep breath collectively here. The 7-point lead, 4:24 remaining, and they need to play very fundamental defense. Deny the positioning down low.
And now Costello open 3 from the near side. No good. Ball's loose, and they're going to say it went off of, I think, either Costello or Shepard or Hines last underneath. Either way, it'll go back to the Bearcats. But the Monarchs setting up again in the full court trap. Castillo over to Beccarella. Beccarella into the front court. Gives off to McCray. Over to Castillo now here on the near side. And Baruch need to work some of this clock as they lead by 7. Under 4 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Leung working on Shepard. Inside to McCray. Her shot strong, no good. Leung mid-range jumper off back iron, also no good. McCray able to corral that offensive rebound out to Castillo, and Baruch get a fresh 20 seconds.
Yeah, they need to go at about 8 seconds.
Castillo crossover move into the lane. Leung's behind the back dribble. Castillo gets the ball on the baseline. Shot no good. Hines comes away with the rebound up to Kayleigh Costello, who's going to push her right into the lane. Right-handed floater shot off back iron. No good. Beccarella comes away with the rebound. And it'll be Baruch's ball here in the front court. Castillo has it. Goes right past Shepard into the lane. Bounce pass to McCray. Shot too strong. No good. Ball batted around. Hines able to come away with it for the Monarchs. We're hitting the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, McCray's going to have to make that shot going forward.
Offensive foul there on Costello. Nice play But it looks like McCray underneath to take the charge, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Big defensive play there, though, by McCray.
You know what, David? That had the makings of an old-fashioned three-point play. That could have brought this game to a 4-point lead. But again, works out favorably for the Lady Bearcats. They got to get the ball inbound now.
Leung takes some contact. That'll be the 4th team foul on the Monarchs, so Baruch not quite yet in the bonus. So Castillo able to bring it into the front court, right into the lane, curls back, pulls it back to Baccarella. Now outside to Leung, and Baruch can waste 20 seconds off the clock here.
They need to go at about 8 seconds.
McCray comes with the pick. Castillo uses it. Near side, Baccarella, baseline shot, no good. Ball's loose. Castillo darts in for the rebound, almost throws it away. Leung, wild shot as she hits the deck, and it's going to be 2 shots for Leung with opportunity to extend the lead to 9.
Well, I'm happy that Baccarella this game is looking for a shot, because again, she would be great to add to the offense besides Castillo and Leung.
So Leung rattles home the first. Baruch trying to see this one out. 2:23 remaining here in the ball game.
Well, what's gotten them is their defense, and I think that's going to kind of put the period at the end of the sentence of this one.
Ooh, Murray almost lost that one there as Castillo now has it in the front court. Hands off to Brenna Castillo.
No fouls on the part of Lady Bearcats. Just play defense with your hands and your feet.
Murray up top looking for options. As Lewis gives it off to her. Takes the pick from Murray right. Leung runs right into it. As now it's Brenna Castillo up top. Brenna into the lane. Shot too strong. No good. Ball's batted around. Who has it left? Oh. And they're going to call the foul there.
Well, Baccarella got hit.
Yeah. She got hit hard. She was the one Bearcat amongst 2 or 3 Monarchs, as it'll be Baccarella to go to the line to shoot 2. So now Key as well, Joe. Baruch also in the bonus. Sorry.
I think that Coach K is going to make a very important point, hopefully at some point in practice or in the locker room, that what got the Monarchs back into the game was the lack of the Lady Bearcats defense pushing the players out, letting them camp in.
And overall, just a little bit of sloppy play. Some stuff to just clean up there, Joe. Now Lewis has it in the front court. Shot no good by Hines. She gets it back. Ball swung around the perimeter. Castillo looking at the basket. Puts it on the floor. Has Mitchell out on her.
They don't have to foul, Baruch. Just move your feet.
Castillo, step back jumper. Shot off back iron. No good. Castillo comes away with it. And she's going to quickly push here in transition. Castillo right into the lane.
They need to go at about 8. No hurry.
Castillo now looking for options. Ooh, had intercepted a pass. May have been for Leung, but Castillo step back jumper off the left iron. No good. Baccarella gets the rebound. She's fouled. Nice hustle play there by Baccarella, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Baccarella's had a great game. And again, any offensive contributions from Baccarella just makes this a more potent Lady Bearcat team.
And Baccarella knocks down the first. Baruch's lead back to double digits. 55-45, 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Off on the second. Lewis gets the rebound for the Monarchs, and she'll bring it into the front court. Hounded there by Mitchell.
Now they don't have to foul. Just move your hands and your feet.
Castillo now here on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. Lewis. Castillo, shot blocked. Nice play there by Castillo.
Yeah.
As Leung now trying to get away from this press. Castillo open on the near side here, and Baruch have it into the front court.
Great defense by the Lady Bearcats.
And this should actually probably do it. 10-point lead, 25 seconds remaining here in the ball game. Baruch are just going to dribble it out. And shot no good, as the foul there is going to be on Castillo, so we'll send Castillo to the line to shoot 2. So what was supposed to be elementary, a run out of the clock, Baruch will have an opportunity to extend the lead to 12.
Right. Well, there was enough time left on the shot clock that Baruch, could take a shot.
And Castillo knocks down the first.
But, David, the story of this game, defense, defense, defense for the Lady Bearcats.
So this will extend Baruch's record to 6-4. They'll be 2-1 here at the Arc Arena, and they've won 4 of their last 5 and really have built a little bit of momentum here as we get into the holiday break for the Bearcats. Once again, your final score, Baruch 56, Monarchs 45.
A defensive clinic, David, excuse me, by the Lady Bearcats. They did it textbook fashion from the opening jump ball, and with some moments of, kind of getting out of their groove. It was a total defensive, spectacular effort, and it just kind of made the offense just, happen. But again, if you're going to play this type of defense, David, there's a lot of wins awaiting us going forward here.
Absolutely, and like we said, 6-4 going into the break, Joe. They have 17 days off, so they'll enjoy some time with their families, but right back into the swing of things on the 29th and 30th with the Nazareth tournament.
A lot of optimism. Everybody needs to stay healthy. And Baruch Nation, don't forget, tune in at 8 o'clock. The men or Bearcats are playing. But again, for Lady Bearcats, your friends and family, have a great holiday. And, we're going to make a lot of noise in a very short term.
And once again, if you do want to see your Bearcats play, the next time you can see them in action at home is January 3rd against Brooklyn College. So we are about 25 minutes away from the start of the men's game between the Baruch Bearcats and the Farmingdale State College Rams. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back with about 5 minutes before the game to preview. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting.